Alright, friends, I'm back with part 2. Let's see what happens. March. This is from Jessica's point of view. Act 9, Scene 1. It's been a few weeks since Mr. Trupp went into a coma. I felt numb when I first heard. My mother got a phone call on the night it happened from Miss Williams. The principal was calling all the parents. Mom hung up the telephone and explained the situation. I sat paralyzed, unable to move or speak. It was the second time in less than a year that I was in disbelief. The first time was when Mom and Dad told me about Dad's girlfriend. The day after the accident, our class had a substitute. I don't remember her name. I only remember our classroom being silent. We were given some silly worksheets to keep us busy, but no one could concentrate, not even Luke. Instead, we sat staring blankly at all the papers or out the windows, each of us lost in an ocean of thoughts and a roller coaster of emotions. Miss Williams came into our classroom later that morning. Boys and girls, I came up here to talk to you about Mr. Trupp, she said, from the front of our room. I want you to know the truth, and not some rumor that might be floating around. Mr. Trupp is in a coma, which means that he's not conscious. That wasn't all, Miss Williams said, but that's all I remember. I already knew the truth, but I wasn't ready to hear her or anyone else talk about it so freely. I knew about comas. People didn't always wake up from them. It wasn't fair. I needed comfort. I wanted to reach Bridge to Terabithia and Missing May. I wanted the company of Jesse Aarons and Summer and Uncle Ob. Before Miss Williams finished, I did hear one thing that she said. She claimed that the snowball incident was an accident, not anyone's fault. I sure didn't believe that, and I know my classmates didn't believe that either. I wondered if Miss Williams thought that Mr. Trupp had let things go too far, and if she did, would he be getting in trouble? I sure hope not. He'd been dealt enough already. Besides, Miss Williams was the one who gave us special permission to go outside. We could blame her, but I didn't want anyone to get in trouble. I just wanted Mr. Trupp to wake up and fix this mess. That is so sad. He is in a coma because of the snowball that Peter threw, but Miss Williams is saying it's not anyone's fault. So let's see what other people think. This is Luke's point of view. I wanted to go and see Mr. Trupp. My mom and dad didn't think that was a good idea, but I wouldn't listen. I didn't stop pestering them about it. I needed to go, and eventually they gave in. I stepped off the hospital elevator and stared down the long hall. Mr. Trupp was in one of those rooms. Nurses moved around behind some desks. I heard some of them laughing. How could they laugh? How could they laugh when my teacher was in a coma? They grew quiet as I walked past. I felt some of them look at me and my mom, but I just kept walking until I saw his name on the door. Trupp, room 404. A palindrome, just like our classroom. I stopped and took a deep breath. I felt Mom's hand on my shoulder. I walked in. I saw him, on his back, perfectly still in his bed. Tubes poked into his arms. A mask covered his face. Machines beeped. His eyes stayed closed. He didn't move, not an inch. Only his chest rose up, then fell down with each frail breath. I wanted to say something. I wanted to tell Mr. Trupp I was there. I wanted to tell him he was going to be okay. I wanted to, but I couldn't. I tried, and I felt a lump in my throat begin to choke me. I didn't want to cry. I told myself not to cry. I had coached myself not to cry, but I couldn't stop it. Tears welled up in my eyes and fell down my cheeks. I turned and ran out of the room. Mr. Trupp was going to die. I just knew it. I saw him. I saw what he looked like. He was going to die. My teacher was going to die. The elevator doors opened and I stepped in, my mom right behind me. How could he have let this happen? Why did he put so much trust into us? He could have learned from my plant concoction. He knew it probably wasn't a good idea, but he let me do it anyway. Just like he knew our rough play outside probably wasn't a good idea. But he let it go again. He should have yelled at us. He should have yelled at Peter for the frisbee. He should have yelled at him for the puddle of water. He should have yelled so that we knew he was serious. Then this would have never happened. He should have stopped us. Now he was going to die. We stepped up the elevator and walked to our car. As we pulled away, I saw the word hospital written on the sign. Mr. Turrup slept in the hospital. Dollar word. I almost smiled. How sad. So Luke got to go see Mr. Turrup, and it wasn't looking so good. This is from Jeffrey's point of view. Turrup's in a coma. I know what that's all about. I remember from when I was little. Comas are terrifying. I'm never going back to a hospital. Those places are full of bad memories and bad luck. I'd like to see Turrup, but I can't visit him. I can't do it. Luke told me it was scary. I know. People in comas die. It should have been me in that coma, not Michael. It should be me in that coma, not Turrup. Peter's snowball should have hit me. Now our teacher's gonna die. This sucks. This sucks. School sucks. Everything sucks. It was better when I didn't care. Everybody is really sad over this, and I would be too. Alright, next time we'll learn from Anna's point of view. Bye, guys.